And we are back. Good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago. We were just touching on some of the tremendous announcements, some of the gains that we would have gotten. Again, this emancipation, statements and actions, because words are actions as well, that are in line with this important understanding and celebration of liberation. We do understand, and I know many of my callers, many of the people who listen in have that level of consciousness. We do understand the challenges we face to continue this process of emancipation, right? For 100 years of chattel slavery, and then ensuing other concepts and forms of plantation. Don't think it ended. Don't think it has ended. Right? We have different forms, but the overall, the underlying philosophy of exploitation continues to exist. It continues to exist. So we must be conscious. We must be. Morning caller, welcome.
Yeah, morning Fuad, welcome. Fuad, I gone up in town Friday with the hope that they might have, you see, in the east wing of the savannah, quite in the corner in the east wing, like northeast, quite up there, a little distance away from the stadium area. We just always set up, the community used to set up something there every year. It used to have over 1,000 people, real young people, singers, coming out and showcasing the talent. People just want to do that. And it's a few years now they're not doing it. Plus upstairs, up in the balcony, quite up upstairs up there, it has some rooms up there, right? They used to have men from Africa, especially from all about, going up there, and you could sit down and get a chance to lecture your views. They doesn't do that in the Emancipation Committee these days. Now they're only doing dancing from every community. Only one little girl dancing from every community, and every black community has enormous amount of singing talent. Every little community, just as how they are them girl dancing, they could have, right, this committee could have that stage up there. For years I go and meet that. I go up in town with the hope that day they just go sign up according to what time you reach. You sign up and just wait on your turn. That is easier. That what people, that way the youths want. Singers want that. We want that back in the thing, because that like the main is singing and music and a word for one song. That is the main thing to build this.
So I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion for you. Between this period, between now and the next emancipation, God's Fair Life, engage with the Emancipation Support Committee and give that suggestion. And maybe they would want somebody to coordinate it as well, because the space might be there, but the energy and the person to really put it together may not be there now. So spearhead that project. Get in touch with Sister Zakia, the officials at Emancipation Support. Now is the right time to prepare. So you won't just go in hope. You'll be going there knowing that it has been set up and being an active participant in that, because you have that ability, right, brother? That's my suggestion.
Yeah. Well, I go find out. I go link it and I go find out more about.
I could send the numbers to you as well. I could send them to you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Give thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. All the time. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, word.
Yeah. So whatever we may see that is short within the entire element of emancipation celebrations, let us get involved and try to assist in fixing that shortfall, because it is a challenging thing to organize and put together as well. Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Fuad.
Yeah, man, welcome.
Yes, well, thanks again. I like your opening comments with respect to education, you know, and the song that was sung there with respect to education being the key to progress and that kind of thing. And we must always bear that in mind and try to support our children, grandchildren, the neighbor children, those in the community to move towards achieving the best education ever, right? Yes, we have had a very positive weekend. I support that, and I hold to the view that it was very positive and encouraging. I listened to the Prime Minister. I listened to the speakers from the Emancipation Committee, and it sounded very, very positive, very encouraging, very enlightening also. What I listened also, the Minister of Culture, I think, and Community Development, where she did in fact took your advice in terms of the communities and the like, and what they propose, how they propose to deal with the communities. And I always believe, based on my experience in Trinidad and what has transpired over the past 2 decades or so with respect to crime, you cannot solve crime in Trinidad without dealing with the communities. That is one of the areas that you must deal with. And I listened to her plan, and it was very encouraging also, and very constructive. And I look forward, and instead of people trying to foment race in this country, racism, what you have to do is try to egg these people on. See that the plans that they put forward, that they think, the ideas that they put forward, the intent that they have enunciated, that they follow up with it, follow through with it, instead of trying to foment racism in this country. Racism or move towards racism could only hold back this country. No country prosper under racism. And then you go to Bosnia, ethnic cleansing and all these different things. Look at Israel and look what is happening there. You cannot progress when you become engulfed or intertwined with racism. It don't help the people. Nobody benefits from that. Right? I just want to say this because I've been hearing some kind of talk over the weekend where people have gone back to that. And I just say, stop that. Stop it. It's not beneficial to you. It's not beneficial to the people of this country. Thank you, Mr. Abubakar.
Thank you very much, and I agree wholeheartedly. Good morning, caller.
Salamu alaikum, Baka.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. Peace and blessings to you and to everyone this morning, man. Welcome.
Yeah, brother, and you're keeping the fight, because the fight is incompetence and propaganda. Let's bring down our government, Baka.
Of course.
For the 5 years that I was there from 2010. She built 100 schools with 247 billion, right, Baka? She built over 100 schools, 5 hospitals. She built the aquatic center, the site new village room. She give 2 back pay. She increased pension twice. And she give the public servant back pay twice, Baka. What was she for, boy, Baka, boy? Because she campaigned on the same achievement and she win back the election, the godly woman. So what was she for, Baka? Propaganda. The mind benders thing. The mind benders, right, thing, use your father to, you know, Baka. They use your father thing and the oversee man, boy, when the man call for them, boy.
Of course, they will use anybody. I telling somebody yesterday, you ever watch X-Men?
Yeah.
You know how Magneto does have to put a iron helmet on his head to keep Professor X out? I telling one of my family members yesterday, I say I had to get a metal helmet to wear right through. I have one. So, because all are we susceptible to it? Don't feel they're not skilled and versed in the propaganda, you know?
Yeah, and Baka, right, what Mr. West was saying is so right over the weekend is raise their preaching. Baka, if you was on a boat going over on the north coast and you fall off the boat, right, for some circumstances, right, and you drowning, and some Indian pass and stretch your hand, you go in and tell them you waiting on some African to come and help you, right?
Yeah, total
Yeah?
ignorance.
It's
No.
total ignorance, boy,
Yeah.
because the XM Bank, right? The XM Bank, the African Bank, I'm glad the goodly woman bring them down, bringing them down to beating and they could join it. That's to show you forward, right? Slavery never done from the country, you know. It never done because it going to be mind by the man say that mentally they change the brain now, boy. Because if they didn't change the brain, we could not live wrong the white men and them because we was a threat to them. You understand? Once they could take the shackle off of the hand and put it on the brain successfully, then they realized they could leave it to go on the plantation. You understand? If you check what Abraham Torre doing, they don't these colonial power Baka don't want the wealth to come to us. Like what Abraham Torre doing, right? They're gonna use their own people to fight him down.
For
It's
sure.
not different from over here. They're using the African now, boy, as they're seeing the Indian as a different race now, boy. They
For
will
sure.
use them.
Yeah.
When Eric William, right, they get independence. No country never get independence. Only Haiti, they get truly independence. When they see that kind of see what go on in Haiti, right, they decide to put we people to rule we, especially what go on in Trinidad with Johnny King when they kill the white man down south, right? They know they could not have no white man holding that whip again over we hand. So what they do? They decide to give we independent, but put we own Baka incompetent. We own Eric William. We own Dr. Rowley to beat me on the plantation, brother. So we wouldn't be, you know, looking like it's a white man beating me and we go feel shame now, boy. But when we own, Baka is a dangerous thing, mental slavery. It's only we self-confuse ourselves from mental slavery. And Baka, Mr. West was so right. We have to talk to the youths and them because the youths and them like you forward, right? We have over 200,000 like you are talking about the East-West corridor because the PNM politician and the PNM cannot fool the Indian. They cannot fool the Indian Baka. They only could fool the Indian who they're given contract who they will vote for the PNM. But the Indian who on the grassroots who supporting Kamala and know what they're supporting himself that done Baka, they have leaders fighting for them. They have leaders fighting for them honestly, and it's true what Mr. West saying. Mr. West said we have to go, we have to act in because we cannot leave these youths and them back for people to enslave them. Like you, Baka, right? How you educate yourself, right? You will never go back to PNM because you see what PNM give. Baka, sorry to take so long, but I wish if they bring Abraham Chore, boy. The good brother. And Baka, I could ask you to do my favor, boy, brother, boy.
Sure, go ahead.
You could play the 10 minutes at Abraham Torre where he address the United Nations, boy, brother, boy. 10 minutes for the people and them to hear what our brother saying, boy. Hear how he address the United Nations, boy.
Sure, no problem at all, right? So tomorrow, God willing, when I come in, I'll find it and I'll play it.
I appreciate that, boy. I appreciate that very much for the people and them to hear back up. Black, sorry to take so long, boy. Bless, right?
Blessings,
Yeah,
brother.
bless you, boy, and keep you, boy. Strength, boy. Yeah, bless you.
Not a problem at all, man. It was a pleasure having you. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, morning, brother. Fuad. How you doing today?
Good, man. Bless, and blessings to you on this Monday morning as well.
Blessings to you, definitely. Also, just out of respect, as like to ask persons how they go in. Very brief contribution here. As usual, keep up the great, really great, important work that you doing, persons on the station doing, and persons who really advocating for logical mindset, sensibility, equal opportunity and rights. Those are the fundamentals that we need to operate as a society. So very brief, just keep up the great work. Definitely valued, and I, from my end as a little citizen, and that's definitely what we need, for us to do our best, and for us to, as citizens, respectfully to hold each other accountable. Definitely our leaders do that, but we need our leaders to do their part also. So that's it for me. Blessed.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, blessed morning, Fuad. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, man. Blessed morning. What going on?
Happy belated Emancipation Day. But Fuad, me important that Shiki and go by no Savannah up there. Because I see a certain grateful black people up by Savannah up there. Because the whole year round, they come together and show them how to love the black brothers and sisters. For the last 9 years, they come down and Dr. Rowley, who say he was the blackest man, to lobby to get the black bank. They come out and march and say we want the bank, we want the bank. They want this government now to dialogue with the bank. I hear David Mohammed and Pierre and Harvey Boris cut for the last 9 years to the bank and roll it short something about tax the bank and all back. They want land, they want this, you know, all of them after the emancipation, worker celebration, you don't care if they pull out. Who make all the money for emancipation? Who are all the tents? They have a building at the home and they could go and show the art and craft. Every year? No. The Indian are the Wali Naga. So something wrong with we. David Mohammed, before I go on, man. That's not a question this morning.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. I understand where you're coming from, and you're encouraging us to be a bit more conscious as a people. And I couldn't agree with you more on that point, right? There are few people who have advocated within this space for this African Exim Bank. Definitely, Dr. David Mohammed is one who stood firm on it. Maybe it have a couple others, I may not have heard their voices, but he was definitely one. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, son.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, God bless you. I call to say this. Now, plenty people talking camera bad because of the Tanya Grounds business. They're glad for the bank because that would help them. But they also have to be glad for this. If you hear David Mohammed and others, now stand your ground is this. I want to ask you one question as an intelligent young fella. And you are not racial and you're not against this government. No. If someone come into your house, you have a wife, you have children, you have a mother, you have what you work hard for. And you see 4 and 6 of them come in your house. That happened years out that going on, especially last year. 1,000 something, all the houses, everybody. Right? Extortion, kidnapping. Right? They come in your house. They tie up their mother. They tie up their wife. They beat them. They take everything and go on. They beat them. They tell them they will have to reach an hospital. And they tie them up and leave them. No, this kind of wrong is lawyer bad. That is good if you have a good character. And people have to look at the character like you to live. What like David Mohammed? Like you. Because you just teach people. David Mohammed talking nonsense on Saturdays. So I listen 20 people call on the Professor Wall Street program and talk about what he say Saturday. He's a misleader. He's not a leader. All right. Now, you tell me something. That cannot be a bad idea. This week on, a girl going to buy a food by a Chinese business in Quebec. But he banded behind. One of them gone in. But he ain't buying nothing. But if I was a Chinese man, I wouldn't do what he do. He give one shot. The fellow said, this is a hole up. Huh? So the girl gone with he, she's a bandit too. He give one shot, the bandit must get a shoot in his foot. She give him man 2 shots, and she one too. I mean, you have to defend yourself. You have to protect the whole
I understand. I understand what you're saying, Mom, but you can't use disproportionate force, right? You can't. If someone does not present a danger to you, you cannot shoot them. All right, even under the stand your ground laws. So just be careful.
The man went, and the girl went to say she going to buy food, and the man was a bandit.
Yeah.
What would you do?
No, but if the bandit, even if the robber does not present a threat to your life, then you.
Let me tell you something. Sir.
I just saying, if they do and they're armed, then you couldn't.
I understand you because the father had double barrel gun for the Kokoran. No, I want to tell you this. A man coming in your place, he go say he coming to pick a bird. A man coming in your place, he go say he coming for a jabuka. You go know he coming to pick a bird or coming for jabuka. Yeah? That time one man coming, you're coming for bird or jabuka, but he coming for you. As a man cross your place, that's me. No trespassing is against the law. Nobody has no right to trespass. And for me, that if 5 people could do murder and they can get off, I will defend myself. As you cross, I will let you have it. I tell you the truth. I don't mind what charge they go give you. Because let me tell you, when they done damage to your family, I have neighbors. You're going to get, you know. Look at the kidnapping, what they...
Yeah.
A woman kidnapped. But let me tell you something. I tell you, they not have dead. They not sit at how dead. Begging for all that black government to bring back the cattle line and the hanging. It is they implemented. She dead begging for that. And I is the next one will dead begging for that. It's not a nice thing when you do your family thing, you know. And if you want a woman, like the other day, the woman gone to do kidnapping with a woman,
Yeah, I understand.
Nice.
I understand your concern and your sentiment, Mom. I understand.
It's not a nice thing, son. Your mind is working too hard to mind your children.
Yeah.
You're drinking sugar water, you're drinking water, coffee, you're drinking and you're giving them your food to eat at many times. And other people come in to do that. But I want to say you're going to go fast. And I want to bring back the arm. You see, with the white man, people hate white man. I can't hate a white man, I can't hate a black man, I can't hate a Chinese man, I can't hate nobody. You know why? I will tell you why. When the white man had the laws, yes, they used to beat the Indians with rope, and the Indians had to walk from Central and on village to Twin City, where go all in Grove is to cut cane, cut it, pack it. You know, my aunt was one in it. It wasn't a nice thing, but you could have walked the road any hour, and you could have done it anyway, anyhow. You know why? They refer the cattle line and the hangman. When 1 or 2 of them get the cattle line, they have labor and they come out and talk. You have it again. You understand? What a rule or a looker when they're giving it by the puzzle. Yeah, they ball in. You hear? And when them come out and talk, the young fella straight a little. So the white man there, you could have still walk. You can't walk now. Old people can't come out in the yard. You can't live in your house. What sense it makes? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we have to understand the pain that the society is going through, the fear that is gripping us, and I understand that sentiment. You know, what's the sense living in a society where you cannot walk the road? What is the sense living in a society where you can't come out your house and your yard, it is drastically wrong and challenging. And I understand how important it is to make steps, quick steps forward. I also understand that in haste, much of error is done. And I understand that sometimes the response that you emotionally may feel towards a situation is not always the best calculated response. So I understand it from all angles, Mom. I feel the concern. You know, I even thinking, and I'm playing back things in my head. You know, a old man close to me as well. You're just walking around the neighborhood, taking some exercise, and people snatching whatever you have from you, your phone, your whatever. If you ain't let go, they push you to the ground. At that age, you hurt yourself, and it is really detrimental to yourself when you hurt yourself at that age, right? So I understand. Trust me, I understand. Morning caller, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother. Welcome.
I just really very happy. I just really want to know. I love your caption the other day. You understand? Because we have an Indian leader who is the best African, an Indian woman who is the best African leader. You understand? Everything we ask for in all the years, they never instead paid for with this woman come and making it happen with the African Bank. And I tell a man yesterday, I say, you see everything, all the taxes and things she cut. You see anything, any country going bad since? If PNM was there, sure, we pay one set of time and thing running probably the same way always. People must wake up, open eyes and see the man remove so much things and the country still progressing. You understand? So why it is the PNM was taxing me? So ask all the stuff that. Ask all the stuff that how the country running normal and people all them tax removed from me and thing. You understand? You see the country fall on anything. So what's the purpose of taxing me so hard and doing them things to people? All they open all their eyes. Let me get rid of PNM. Let me get rid of PNM and grow as a people to get the racial thing, to get the race thing. You see the Indian woman, what she doing? She unifying the country. She's not on no race thing. She's the boss who bringing the African people and them to do business, to do things. Why PNM didn't do that in our decade? All they open all their eyes, please. All right, brother, have a blessed day. I'm locked on listening to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I ain't afraid to say what I had to say, so I made a statement over the weekend after I saw the tremendous gains that have been spoken about and done. And I said, strong African leadership, stronger African leadership from an Indian Prime Minister. Because, as the last caller saying, what was stopping PNM? You had power for how many decades? You had power for the last decade. What was stopping you? And like I said on the last day, the little emancipation special we had on Friday, I look forward to even greater liberation in Trinidad and Tobago, because that is the mandate of a leader, to uplift those within the society who find these challenges, to uplift those who the last administration purposefully kept down. The rich and the bourgeoisie, be they African, Indian, Syrian, Chinese, whatever, they thrived under the last administration, you know. While they were telling us ban with belly and no macaroni pie, ride bicycle, coal pot, we just forget too quick, you know. While they were telling us all of that, there were people who were thriving. And it's not people who the Afro-Trinbagonian, to have a couple. So now that must be fixed. One of the major responsibilities of government is the distribution of opportunity, the distribution of economic opportunity in a energy-based country where the main wealth of our nation comes from the land, comes from God. So if over 10 years, if over 40 years, particular groups have been suppressed, excuse me, then those groups now need to be elevated to bring a better balance, to bring equity. And like I said last day, that is what I support. It ain't had nothing to do with age, color, creed. It have to do with your philosophy. It is love for love. Don't tell me you look like me, so you love me and you are of me. But then it's only licks. It's whip on my back, is advantage. We're not foolish. And if someone else who don't look like me or whatever small differences, because they look all human race look similar, very similar. If they are treating with my issues, if they are treating me well, if they are empowering me, respecting me, then I will work with that. And of course, there are people there who may have some shortcomings. But I know how short it was before. I know the kind of hate people who supposedly look like me push towards me. And I don't enjoy hate. And the least we could do in terms of self-respect is to move away from people who don't show us that love and that respect. We have to stand up for ourselves. That syndrome of beaten and we still love the licks. No way. We're not on that. So it was exemplified, this emancipation, how much could be done. It was exemplified. And let me give you all something else, huh? You all didn't notice that, well, it come out of the headlines in the news, right? Because I have the papers in front of me. But I didn't realize something a little more symbolic, just symbolic, but importantly symbolic. Something that we have been fighting for. Shabaka Cambon and the Freedom Project, Black Agenda Project, and David Mohammed, myself. Something that we have been fighting for, First Peoples, Chief Eric. Something we have been fighting for and agitating for. Just symbolic. Has finally been done. It's like, what was the problem all this time? This Columbus statue, this plunderer, this murderer, this rapist, this all kind of thing, anything evil you could think of, that's him. We asked for its removal. I remember going to that square protesting, and the PNM mayor of Port of Spain sending the police to protect Columbus. And I trying to explain to our officer, hey, it's important for us to deal with this issue because it is symbolic. And he saying he understand. He say, but they give orders for us to protect the statue. They give orders for us to protect Columbus, so we can't allow all you to do anything to it. What was the problem all this time? How all of a sudden y'all could become conscious symbolically. Now the mayor the PNM mayor of Port of Spain, now we know they're going to remove it. Now we know that, you know. Morning, brother. Just turn off your radio so we don't get any feedback.
Yeah.
And welcome, brother. Welcome.
Why? Thanks for raising that. Because the last mayor that day, he wanted to keep his hands off of that. In the way he do, he fixed down on the what you call this place, down on the broadwalk they will just go to and Lyman thing now. He fixed it, he paved it and put lights and all kind of thing down there for them before he get out of office. So the oldest reason why this statue move now is because of the change in the voting pattern. Because of that change is why they move it, because it tells itself in order for them to get back in office, let me do things that is appeasing to the people. Mama guy eating again. So all the time was a problem, but they could move it now. But when they move it now, they want to put it in the
museum.
The museum.
Yeah.
I find they should even put it there. They should mash up that and make that statue powder.
Nah, that scrap iron should be used. They should take that scrap iron, cast iron, and use it for some purpose. It have plenty place we need manhole cover in Port of Spain. They could melt it down and recycle it and use it as manhole cover. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's a good suggestion. I hope they take it. But Farid, between me and you, I disappointed in the Emancipation Support Committee. I really disappointed in them. And I of the opinion that they're using black people to gain wealth from the government. That is my take on them, because you don't hear nothing about them. How come they're not fighting to get that statue removed and keep up the fight until it's being done? How come they're not making their voices heard with the wickedness that is perpetrated on black people in all spheres? You ain't hearing them at all. Only around now it has been hearing them. That we don't know if it's a family business, if they have a president, a treasurer, or wherever, if they just have election, we don't know nothing. All we know is come to, August 1st, they dress up like a African, and you're a proud African for one day, and then after that, what? Where you hearing after this march we had there? Go on here. Where you hear? You hear about any language in school? You hear about a piece of land? You hear about the looking to do anything to help children to go back to school, anything at all? I very, very disappointed in them. I watched, I changed my clothes. I said I was coming online with you, I changed my clothes, boy, and I say, boy, you see me? Boy, don't bother to fool yourself, nah? And I just went back inside and just chill out. I didn't even watch the procession. I to tell you.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, but
boy, have a blessed day.
Yeah, sometimes we expect a lot from people. We expect a lot from them. I think they have only taken on the role and responsibility of organizing that particular commemoration, and even within it, the educational processes that are taking place. Not everybody could take the licks that I just get and other people just get, you know. Well, it ain't much lining up for the licks to oppose what is wrong in the society. Not everybody could take their licks. Or not everybody willing to take their licks. So people also need to understand what it is for what it is. The police there, no, the police, they send the city police, not even city police, because there was a different group, IATF or somebody else, big officers. City police normally they'll carry those weapons and stuff as well, to ensure that Columbus safe, you know. Now there's this pretend consciousness, pretentious Africanism by the PNM. All of a sudden, to what? To convince who? We so stupid? We so stupid? Things that could have actually been done because you had the power. You refuse to do. Some organizations are and were afraid. You're afraid to step outside of the corridors of what is allowed. Because just like that, your funding could be dead. And the little good that you envision that you're doing in terms of education and whatever could be stripped away quickly. So I understand sometimes why groups like that might be balancing. Because if you are not independent, if you are not independent of government, then if you don't do things that are pleasing to the government, whatever you're getting to support what you're doing, just like that. And that is a dangerous thing. So how many of our organizations are independent? That's why maybe they are being kept in the savannah. That's why they haven't been allocated. I hope consciously they have been striving for some land somewhere that they own. So no matter what, funding or no funding, they could do what needs to be done. So no matter what, if they see something extremely adverse to the Afro-Trinbagonian and to the people, and they need to speak out, they could speak out freely. You see, freedom and liberation is a hell of a thing, you know. We talk it, we say we celebrate it, but what level do we have? What level of that emancipation do we actually have? So we're talking the positives. We're talking the positives. And we have seen even from this administrative change that there are positives that we are realizing. Even from the PNM mayor. We have a IWER TV Street coming soon. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning.
Just turn off your radio, please.
Hello?
Yeah, man. I hear you loud and clear. Welcome. Welcome. Listen on the phone. Welcome. All right. I think you'll call back when he sorts out the little technical difficulties there. Right. So soon, the mayor of Fort Spain also announced that there will be a IWER TV Street. How hard was that? How hard? How long? Morning, Mr. West. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abubakar again. Mr. Abubakar, you have those constituencies that are represented by members of parliament. I am saying the time is now for the members of those constituencies to get behind the MPs to come up with plans and programs for their communities. They cannot be going to parliament every Friday or every other Friday with long recesses and talk heaven knows what and leave those people unattended, you know. They have to come up with a plan. What do they have? The man in Diego Martin Central, the man in Diego Martin, forget the man in Diego Martin Northeast. Think about the man who probably in Diego Martin West or wherever it is. What plan do you have for that constituency? How do you intend to deal with education, the uneducated masses in those areas? How you plan to divert those people, the young people, from a life of crime? Come up. I want to know. You're not going to just a pay from parliament, you know, and then do nothing, you know. And the next 5 days you come and the place worse than when you met it, you know. Come up. This is what the people ought to be doing. This is what is required. You, whoever is the MP, you come up, tell me what you're going to do to Pana. Don't tell me you're not in office and you have no power. You can use, you have resources you could use. from your finances, because when you election time, you have maxis and jerseys and all kind of thing, fried chicken and all kind of thing. You have to get this thing going. Yeah. You can't come back next 5 years and Joseph and come and tell me about you're not in office, you know. Mobilize the people. There are people who are not in office, and they do quite a lot. They run football league, they run netball league, and all these different things. Mobilize public speaking and all that kind of thing. You sit down there and all you do is join up, eh? That nonsense must stop. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Mr. West. There's a very nice library right in Diego Martin on the corner of Wendy Fitzwilliam and Diego Martin Main Road. There are some wonderful people there working, trying to assist to educate children. I took my daughter to a reading session where someone comes in and volunteers their time to read to children. Pick up your children. Organize your communities. Let those children go and let somebody read to them. I hope that those listening, and I hope that those listening could tell those who are not listening, that you'll read. Read to your children. Take some time to read a book, a story. Make up a story, ignite their creativity. Take them to the library. Let them meet with other children in a positive space. Invest. MPs, speak to your constituency. You only go and speak to them when come out and vote, come out and vote. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, son.
Morning.
Good morning. Let me tell you something. If the youths like the program, MP had their work to do, and it's working, but the parents have their work to do, and they have to do it. And the youths have their mind, and before they look, 4 and 6 of them, to go in people's place. How I look at my age, and I just listen to the program, and I just call in, and I just make a good contribution. You just make good contribution to help the youth. The youth don't have to get hands out. You don't have to get hamper. You don't have to get nothing free. All the youths have to do on a morning, get up and listen to your program. And go put a Spain at things right there, the market there. Go and carry somebody things to get $30. Go and buy something and next one and sell by the road. Watch on the highway, you see the rascals selling nuts, the hospital people selling things. You make a little and from there you go better. The youth have to help itself and the parents have to help the youths. And life would go better so. And get up and listen to your program. Don't listen David Muhammad program. David Muhammad talking race talk. And he only talk, he get land. And when he get land, come on to the land. And before the election, David Muhammad and DJ Maraj, the Secretary General of the Mahasabha, them is PNM. And they have no advice good to give people. He talking about black youth. Why not come out and go in places and say something good on the radio like you, that the youth could listen? They talk about slavery. We don't want to hear nothing about slavery. We don't want to hear not what the white man do to the Indian or what the white man do to the African. We was not in it. That's already gone. The present moment is now. Professor Brinsley, somebody who know all what had happened. And that is one thing they had to stop talking about slavery, and what the white man do to the Indian. That is why the Indian is going further. The Indian arrival there, they talk what takes place, what, and done with that. This is the present moment. We was not in slavery. And we were never out of slavery when the white man went, because Eric Williams, when he was there, oil was booming. What he helped the country, all over the Caribbean, the people there, Prime Minister built schools. All over, what he did, what did PNM do to help the country? One man was there, oil boom too. What he did to help the people in the country. What PNM did. Because only they one thing I'm talking. Eric Williams legacy and the PNM legacy, we don't want to kill that. Eric Williams never had a legacy. PNM never had a legacy. If Eric Williams had a legacy, Black Power wouldn't have come out. I old, we are young. Eh?
Yeah.
Don't study that. Study the youth.
Yeah.
Talk like how you guys talk. The present moment and now, what we can do to help them, not what the minister could do in the community to help them. Let the youth come out and listen to you. And let the parents try and do what they can do. And let them help themselves. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, caller.
Morning, my brother.
Yeah, morning. Welcome.
How are you today?
Not too bad at all, man. In the land that you live in, so there is hope.
So right. You make a lot of sense. You should be making more than
Yeah, that's the least of it. We don't worry for that at all. God blesses us profusely. Don't worry.
Yeah. Mr. Barker, first of all, continue to empower and encourage my people, and that is what it is all about. But here we're talking about this African bank, or whatever it is for the African population. I want us to understand that honesty is such a lonely word. And regardless if you're selling doubles, mangoes, eggs, etc., let us be accountable and transparent in what we do. Let us be accountable and transparent in what we do. Let us be responsible. I don't know if this African bank will empower, encourage, and tell my people, if you come to this credit union for a stove, don't take the money and buy a fridge. If you come to this credit union to start a small business, when I give you that loan, don't take it and travel to tell me how Barbados Carnival will be. We need to be real and be honest with credit union, with borrowing money, with utilizing our finance, with investing money. So when people speak about credit union, I am in the Neil and Marcy group of credit union almost 40 years now. And my friend, I am not one going to take money to travel. You go and take note, you take money to invest to make more money. What we believe credit union is all about, boy. I could recall the Hindu credit union, they bring out a credit union called, I don't know what went on with it. But we ought to be responsible where our finances concerned. You see, Mr. Barker, there is a program Monday to Friday from 12 to 4. And they ask question like, what is not a crime that should be a crime? And one of my answers was, people who try to live beyond their means. You know why? Because credit union will lend you money to do things, and you're going to do something else. And we need to be also educated on using credit union, because this is not no jokey thing. This is not a jokey thing, my people, especially my people. Let's get accountable, responsible, transparent. Whatever you're doing, put in honesty in it now, boy.
Yeah.
Be real now, boy, in what we do now, boy.
Yeah.
Let us go there and stop saying we can't get work now, boy. Let us go and try now. Try a little harder now.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Barker.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you, and you have a nice very kind of sports. Enjoy your day, my friend.
Yeah, thank you very much. I can end on a better note than that. Some really profound advice there, and I hope we can gather from it. I hope that if anything from this program, when we speak on a morning, that we are able to just grasp some of the little gems of knowledge and information that is given, so that we could chart a better course for ourselves. That is our effort. This program is about uplifting, it is about educating, it is about empowering. So thanks again to all the listeners, the callers. Of course, you have to listen to be able to call, right? We pray, like Mother says just now, more people listen to the program, and to other programs where knowledge and education is being shared. I don't want to misunderstand some of the other speakers as well. All right, so blessings to everyone. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Take care.